What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. Alright, we're going to start this one off with an update from Elliott Dermond. Now, this guy is the absolute freak of all freaks that you'll find anywhere in the world on Instagram. That's right, not in the Pro League, not in the Elite Pro, not in any pro bodybuilding organization. This guy is still an amateur bodybuilder. Now, he's definitely, I would say, the best amateur bodybuilder in the world, probably without question. But the one question is, why is it that Elliott Dermond is still an amateur bodybuilder? And I'm gonna get into that in this video. So to start, Elliott Dermond is a super young guy. He's like 26 years old, I'm pretty sure. He's about 5'10", and you know, to have this kind of size and this kind of density, especially at that age, is an absolute marvel in the world of bodybuilding. Just look at the arms, the shoulders, the quads, and not to mention the fact that he really looks like he's like, what do you guys think, 4 weeks out? I would say 6 weeks out at the absolute most. But here's the thing that, I mean, honestly, is bothering the hell out of me. Why have we not seen Elliott Dermond compete at a pro qualifier to earn his pro card and really step into that big league of bodybuilding with the big boys at this point? Just to give you guys a bit of a backstory, Elliott last competed at the NPC Rock Hard Muscle Show, which was a national qualifier in 2021. He obviously won the overall and had intended to go on to compete in nationals 6 weeks later, but he did not end up stepping on that national stage. Fast forward to February of 2023, where Elliott did an interview with Giles Thomas at Muscular Development, you know, when they were still making content, and Elliott had this to say.
And it will be most likely nationals at the end of this year or USA's and next year.
So we are within that time frame now. So my guess is, and you know, this is only a guess, but I think Elliott will step on stage in August at the NPC North American Championships. And you know, I really hope we do see that, because as much as this guy is clearly a freak of nature, you know, how does he compare to freaks in today's pro ranks? How does Elliott Dermond compare to guys like Nick Walker, Michael Krizo, you know, Hunter Labrada, even guys like Tonio Burton, Hassan Mustafa, you know, any of these guys in the pro league? We can't even begin to ask these questions until this guy gets his pro card. He does look ready, and I do believe he is ready to compete at the highest level and win a pro show. But until he gets that pro card and we can see some comparisons with the big boys on a pro stage, we really can't even begin to have that conversation. So we'll wait for him to announce his next show where he goes to earn his pro card, which I think he'll do pretty easily, and we will await with great anticipation. And look, you guys let me know in the comments below if you think Elliott will be competitive in the pro league pretty much right out of the gate. Alright, next up, we've got an update here from Hunter Labrada. Now, Hunter recently appeared at a guest posing at the NPC Brew City show. He's currently 10 weeks out of the Italy Pro and 11 weeks out of the UK Pro. He did announce that he's going to do the UK. And let's just get this out of the way. These bluish lights or the filter on the camera that was used here, you know, whatever it is, does not do Hunter's physique really any justice. And look, this was only a guest posing, but it looks like he applied a little too much oil and maybe applied it a little bit unevenly as well. So I do think that this needs to be taken with a bit of a grain of salt here, but from what we can see, Hunter is looking very well balanced. I think the quad detail is coming in, the back width, and actually the detail in the back overall I think is very impressive, and I do still think that we are going to see the best version of Hunter Labrada step on stage in 2024. Now, between the two shows that Hunter does have set out, I do believe that he'll qualify, winning either the Italy Pro or the UK Pro. I mean, most likely he'll end up winning both of those shows. And you know, doing 2 shows leading up to the Olympia, multiple shows, is what really works for Hunter and his coach Ben Chow. And especially this time around with Hunter's increased mass, that will take a different peaking process this time around. So this is, I think, a good strategy again this year. Overall, I gotta say, I am impressed with Hunter and his ability to really work on his weak points. So look, we will follow along for the next 10 weeks leading up to his first international competition in Italy, and we'll see if anybody else shows up to either Italy or the UK that can really challenge Hunter Labrada. Alright, next up, we have yet another guest posing. This one here from William Bonac. We've seen a lot of guest posings this weekend, you guys. This one was actually in Marrakesh, Morocco, and this is William at just about a week out from the Portugal Pro. Now, this one, obviously, it's much better stage lighting. It gives us a much better idea exactly how William's looking here. And you know what? I gotta say, I am impressed. The quad detail, the arm separation, the back and the hamstring detail. Obviously, Bonac has kept things very tight after winning the Empro Classic and defeating a very impressive version of Behrooz Tabani. But that was a controversial victory. You know, it was a very close show. The fans really thought that Behrooz should have won based on aesthetics. You're seeing a lot of that conversation take place out there. I just finished watching Dylan's wrap up over at Project Bodybuilding on the Empro Classic, and he had a lot of very strong arguments for Behrooz Tabani actually taking home the win there. And that is echoed from the fan sentiment as well. So William going on to the Portugal Pro, even though he already has his Olympia qualification, really is just him trying to silence the naysayers and really put the debate to rest. He did make a post on his Instagram about that being his intent by going and doing the Portugal Pro. And I feel like this guest posing is really in aid of solidifying that position. Now, his biggest competition in Portugal so far that we've seen is Nathan D'Asha. Now, can he defeat Nathan D'Asha? I actually think that he can. If he can defeat Behrooz Tabani, the best version of Behrooz really that we've ever seen, I think he can defeat Nathan D'Asha. But I do think that it is going to be another close show. So although William Bonac is a seasoned competitor at this point, clearly he has no signs of slowing down yet, and he's really planning on going out at his absolute best that he can bring right now. Alright, last up, we've got an update here from Wesley Vissers, our current Arnold Ohio and Arnold UK winner in the Classic Physique division. And those accolades most definitely slingshotted Wesley to being the #1 contender for Chris Bumstead's title. So we posted a few shots here at 15 weeks out, and he said that these shots are really just the start. He hasn't even begun to put his foot on the gas yet. So we can assume that really he's just been maintaining at this point. You know, he's not pushing any of the super supplements. We know that his diet is always extremely on point. And really, when he does start putting his foot on the gas, I think the end result could be even more impressive than what we witnessed earlier this year. He did have some room left in his weight cap, and he plans on putting that size on his legs. That will really give him that balance between top and bottom. And there is no denying the fact that Wesley Vissers is going to have to be absolutely on point. He's going to have to be conditioned. He's going to have that balance from top to bottom. He's going to have absolutely pretty much zero weak points, you guys, because Chris Bumstead is a dominant champion, the most dominant champion in Classic Physique history. But Wesley Vissers is very hungry. He is on point here, and if he can pull off a victory over Chris Bumstead, I mean, man, think about it. It will be the greatest moment in the history of the Classic Physique division, without a doubt. But the question is, can he pull that off? You guys let me know if you do think that Wesley Vissers can accomplish the impossible task of defeating the most dominant champion in Classic Physique. Anyway, that's it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning into EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.